You got that dream, daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like, and then we go crash.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Cosmetic Chaos. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I was sent a skincare mask from, and I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong, but I believe it's Mojave or Mojave Mud. So they did send this to me for review, and I know I don't do a whole ton of skincare reviews, but I'm going to have to start getting into that a little bit more because my skin is getting terrible. I'm getting breakouts all the time. I know it's probably partially my fault because I am definitely not taking care of my skin. So we're going to give this a go. So the instructions here is in a non-metallic bowl, mix Mojave Mud dry clay in a 1-to-1 ratio with pure water or raw apple cider vinegar. I'm just going to use water because I don't have any apple cider vinegar on hand. Stir to make a smooth paste and add more liquid as needed. Apply generously to face and neck or other external area and feel your skin start to tighten and deeply cleanse. Leave on 5 to 10 minutes for sensitive skin and 15 to 20 for normal skin. Remove mud with warm water. Slight redness is normal and lasts for 30 minutes. Use weekly for normal skin, more often for problematic skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my regular nighttime routine. I'm going to mix some of this up and I'm going to apply it, see what I think as a first impression. I'm going to give it an overnight and I'm going to check back in with you guys tomorrow morning, see how I feel and if I think any differently of it. If you could see the amount of makeup that just came out of this washcloth, you'd be disgusted. Or you'd be really impressed. I don't know. So I'm just gonna run downstairs and mix up this mask in a bowl. I was gonna try and do that on camera, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that because it is nighttime and the lighting is pretty terrible. So I'll be right back. It's like I never left. So I got my stuff here. I did 1/8 of a cup of water and 1/8 of a cup of the powder. I would recommend maybe not quite 1-to-1 ratio. As you can see, it's pretty soupy and it's not mixing in fully. I will put an ingredient list up on the blog and a link to the website in the down bar if you do want to check this stuff out. Just trying to, maybe a fork was a better idea. Alright, we're just going to start to wing it and start putting this slop on my face. It's really lumpy. So, one thing I can tell you I don't like a lot is that it needs to be mixed. That's a little disappointing for me. I work full time. I try and do videos a couple times a week. I gotta take care of my house, I gotta take care of my dog. I don't have any kids, but like, I got stuff to do. And I don't have time, if I'm gonna be doing this, to mix up a mask. Like, I don't want to mix it myself. I want somebody to mix it for me. Like in a factory somewhere. Alright, so some more feedback about it. Definitely don't need 1/8 of a cup even. I would have said maybe like a teaspoon to a teaspoon of water would have been good. So that's probably my bad. Am I beautiful? Am I beautiful? I have a lot of mud left. Now what do I do with this? Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for 15 minutes. I'm gonna go play some pinball, kick some boys' asses. I'll be back. Okay, so I got like 3 games of pinball under my belt and it's almost totally dry. So just while it's finished drying, I just wanted to give some feedback. You definitely don't need as much as I made. I think the watery part is actually hardening better. As you can see over here, it's still pretty wet. The chunks didn't really affect anything. It's definitely really tight and I can definitely feel, not necessarily a burning, but I can definitely feel something working in my skin. It's kind of like, I want to say a tingling lotion for like tanning. That's kind of how the same sensation. So I got it in my hair. I hate when that happens. I'm going to start to wash it off. You're just supposed to use warm water. And as you can see, this is pretty solid now. I'm sad that I wasted it. I thought you would have needed a little bit more. Yeah, this in the mug is more of like a gelatin now, as you can see. Or more of like a mud. So let's get this off and give the first impression. Keep in mind, the instructions did say that it was likely going to give me red skin on my face, which is why we're doing the second portion of the review in the morning once my skin has had time to settle. My skin is naturally red as it is, so any kind of redness to me doesn't really bother me because it's normally already there anyway. However, this kind of redness looks like I had a reaction to it. So you can see along my hairline, I actually look like I had a chemical peel. Hopefully this goes away, because this kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm gonna throw on some moisturizer and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, so I'm back with the rest of the review. As you can see, I still have no makeup on. I didn't have any adverse reactions to the mud mask. Last night I did have like a pretty serious red line all around my face, like you can see in the previous shot. However, this morning my pores were nice and small. My skin was smooth. I had a little bit of a breakout down here, which this morning was completely gone, and I have just come back from a walk, so my face is a little bit red again. But all around here, my pores are small. There's nothing really in them. And overall, I would say it was a pretty good experience with the mask. I was a little worried when I took it off and my face was like a perfect mask of red. But a couple of thoughts I do have is I wish it gave you more of an explanation than a 1-to-1 ratio for the mask and water or apple cider vinegar. Because it doesn't really give you an actual measurement, I ended up wasting a lot. So that would be better if they had better directions on it. Something else that I did really like was that even though it was fairly thin in some spots, it actually still did its job. So in reality, if I hadn't have wasted so much, a small amount of this stuff would last a really long time. So I like that about it, so that if you're buying the product, it'll last you and you're not spending like $50, $60 consistently trying to use this mask. We'll look up the price and the different sizes in some of their other products, and I will link that down below in the description bar. I will also put that on the blog so that there's a little bit more written information of like ingredients and what I thought, and maybe some close-ups of my skin afterwards. I hope you enjoyed this review, and once I find out the price, I will make a judgment call on whether or not I would have paid for it or if I would purchase it myself. And you can pop over to cosmeticchaos.com and it will tell you what my final thoughts were.